Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and I'm reviewing the final Tobot V mini toy. Mini Master V. The 6-part one, all 6 of them. Superpower Integration Master V. So it was released early 2020 and it retails for about 32,000 Korean won. But with 6 vehicles at 32,000, which equates about 5,000 Korean won per vehicle, that's pretty cheap, and that also means they don't have individual robot modes as to be expected. So the side of the box, it shows the thick outline with the halftone comic style and all 6 of the vehicles. I think their paint decals are actually accurate to the original toy and not, spruced up for deceptive marketing. The back is also a pretty simple comic style with those thick outlines, and also these 6 vehicles, although I think their proportions might be a little inconsistent, like I don't think Powertrain is supposed to be this big in this set. An outline of that kind of wrinkly face. The side of the box shows that portrait. The bottom here. First, Mini Master V Speed. Again, the red Le Mans. And it's looking awfully plain compared to the main toy. The only paint is the black windows, a splotch of orange, nothing on the back. And just the bluish paint for the side details here, without any of those, racing sponsor decals and such. Also, it's a brighter shade of red than this dark red. Also, what's with removable spoilers? Why do they make removable spoilers to make it more likely for the kids to lose them? Yeah, this one's not removable, but this one is. Oh, and if you're wondering, here's the Mini Speed, the individual robot, and it's a smidge smaller. I guess they're just about big enough to interchange them, but young toys just will not commit to a consistent scale. They will never commit to a consistent scale. And Mini Master V Monster. Comparing that with the big one, it's still looking pretty plain, but at least it has these unique mudguard details here, and an orange bumper that's on very obvious hinges that kind of clashes with the colors here. The red feet bumpers. The hydraulic suspension details are still here. No V on the side, and the back is also looking pretty plain. And comparing that with the Mini Monster, bike speed is just a smidge smaller. Apart from that, you can tell the different front bumper design changes, and also the top bar notwithstanding, and less detailed wheels and such. And Mini Master V Rocket. Comparing that with the main toy. One thing, there's an even bigger hole than the one on the main one because it covers up these hinges, but they really, in fact, I think they kind of enlarged the hinges here. And I guess for structural integrity, I guess, but yeah, it still leaves that unsightly thing. And if you see it, this looks like a triple finned shuttle, because Sonic Stealth's ear wings are permanently molded on here. So it's still the same similar plastic colors. Oh yeah, this is looking much more bluer than Master V's whatever was. But very little orange details, orange painted details. Yeah, and that thruster clip is looking very obvious. and a hollow underside because it doesn't have any easily removable panel to cover this up. And permanently deployed landing gear that does not roll. At least there's that detail. And then compared to the mini rocket, this one is very much smaller than this. Yeah, I mean, real scale wank. Yeah, I mean, how did this get a little smaller? How did this get that much smaller? And looking at the mini combined toe key, and comparing that with the big one, yeah, you can see there's all the orange has been omitted. It's silver, blue, and red. And no white either. It's still the same single-molded clump, just smaller now. Now looking at the new components, mini super driller with the big drill. It's a pretty accurate downscaling, but a lot of omission of titanium details. Also, no top spinning drills because they're just screwed in like that. But it still has some of the details of these tiny little windows and these tiny little doors and ladders. A gargantuan drilling vehicle that's been even more downsized and scale wanked. And no wheels or ridged bumps, unnecessary ridged bumps. And you can see that the only white bit is in the same bluish white as the rest of the set. Gang molding. The other two are pretty much impossible to recreate a semblance of a robot mode, but you can kind of pull it off for Super Driller. That's the best you can do. A walking drill with no support. Yeah, and these don't have any hinges. It's just this piece and this piece, they're all single molded, so it's going to be really hard to modify. Mini Powertrain. I mean, compared to this, I mean, these two just barely make the length of one of these main powertrains. Yeah, and if you thought a train linking on the feet of a monster truck is tiny, then these are really tiny trains. What is this? A train for ants? And as you can see, it's gang molded in that same kind of unsightly bluish plastic, and that it really changes the look. And it's really missing the details. Only the front is painted blue. No side striping, that's all black, and no red at all, not a single bit of red. But at least they are pretty symmetrical, except for these mirrored windscreens for some reason. They're pretty symmetrical, so you don't have to worry about unsightly crotch couplings. But I do wish they could have, make it a universal joint so that this thing can actually turn instead of this. And you can expect that Mini Sonic Stealth is just one single piece of plastic. Well, actually two, it looks like. The top and the underside. So there's a little bit of black and a little bit of red, but nothing else, no other paint. And the tail fins are quite smaller compared to the main Sonic Stealth. But surprisingly, this Sonic Stealth is just a smidge smaller in wingspan than the main one. And yeah, as you can see, there are the molded V details and such even on the underside, but there isn't any white to help them stand out. And also permanently molded landing gear with some actual what kind of look like little skids. Yeah, these landing gear really don't have any. Yeah, they do have some sort of protrusion, but these look more like skids. The top details are also replicated nicely, quite nicely, with those unique molding details in there, and also no screw holes, and missing black top here. But overall, a surprisingly similar scale that, if you want, you could just swap out for this. Okay, now to combine these three, taking Mini Master V Monster, flip forward the kneecaps, flip out the crotch, and slide down the feet, which is quite different from the main toy's double hinge. Split that, and then, okay, take Master V here and fold that down. Flip out the arms, the shoulder bits. Fold these in, and then just clip it in. Yeah, because the main Master V, the back wheels could fold back to provide ankle tilt, but since it doesn't do that, it can't stand on its own. It needs Powertrain. And they really went out of the way to make sure that this thing cannot be individual 3-part only Master V. Don't forget to plug your key. And you can slide up the head. So as you can see, there are 2 different directions of clips here to plug on the Super Driller, but you can kind of clip it on one of these at a time. To give that main Master V without arms and heels. Also, that's not very secure. Okay, taking the Powertrain. I think they're both pretty symmetrical except for the windshield wipers and the coupling, so you could do either one. So very simple, just flip this 90 degrees and pull out some heel supports, heel struts. And then clip him here, clip him on the back and on the front. Okay, the back first and then here. Then taking Super Driller, flip that forward, and as that's forward, and clip him in these 2 very specific holes. Then take Speed and plug them on the sides. And if you noticed, the only way to put the Speed directly on Rocket is to put it here and here, and then they just get reversed if you do it properly. Then take Sonic Stealth and plug him on the back. Oh wait, sorry, this is the wrong one. And there's Super Mini Integration Master V. So comparing Mini Master V to the main Master V. Yes, it's a pretty proportional replica, a mini downsized replica of the main Master V. Apart from the different change in white plastic, it's all bluish. And some minor differences here and there. But the most noticeable thing is you can actually see the wings on Mini Master V. You're gonna kind of hardly see this one on the main one because that much shoulder cable covers up the entire Sonic Stealth wings. So this is the one regard that it's better, more imposing wings, as in the animation. Now, there are a couple of missing details like the V's on the legs and toes and such. And also more noticeably, this one has unpainted fits. It kind of gets lost in those drills of his. And of course, the lack of orange on the toe key. Articulation. The head has no swivel. It's attracted on two little sliders. You know, I think this would have really benefited from a two-hinged ball socket or swivel, like a ball socket and a slider, instead of these two little slider rails, which leave a big gaping gap in the middle of the neck. He literally has no neck. Anyway, the arms. They're on kind of tight ratchets, except and if you bend it the wrong way, he'll do a crunch. Yeah, but these Sonic Stealth Wings, they get in the way of articulation, so you have to not take off Monster, but take this off if you want the full range of articulation. Full 360 soft ratchet swivels. Outward that much and a little bit of elbow bend at a 45. The legs. Terrible spreads. That's it. Any more and I'll pop them right out of their socket. Hardly any forward and hardly any backward. And yeah, just two soft ratchet clicks. Nothing on the toes either yet. The articulation is really disappointing compared to the other ones. Not even thigh swivels. Pop goes the ball socket on the very thick thighs. Size comparisons. Mini Speed, Mini Monster, and Mini Rocket. A general comparison of their individual components to their combined form. Mini the Greatest Admiral. Classics Optimus Prime. Nemesis Prime. And Titan Saber. And Storm Joe. Right there between Voyager and the Leader class. It's a fine chug-sized Mini Master V, but I'm really bummed out by the real hampered and restricted leg articulation. And the other general incompatible joints and limited joints whatnot. At least he has bigger wings. So, if you would like to have a Generations chug-sized Mini Master V in your collection, then yeah, this is okay at nearly about $30 to $40. Yeah, but the individual bots of Super Driller, Powertrain, and Sonic Stealth are fine on their own regard, so get those too if you want.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and all that good stuff. And until next time, this is KRBrickBot signing off.